Internships and Archaeology at Leicester. Hi there, I'm Rachel Crellin and I'm the Director of Recruitment and Admissions for the School of Archaeology and Ancient History at the University of Leicester. I'm an archaeologist and have been part of the admissions team for a number of years now. In this short video today, I want to talk to you about the opportunities that we're able to offer our students at the University of Leicester in archaeology through our internship programme. One of the best things about the School of Archaeology and Ancient History at the University of Leicester is the presence of our own commercial company within the school and the university. So built into our department is the University of Leicester Archaeological Services, also known as ULAS. ULAS share our buildings and our space with us, and we work together with them. They're a commercial archaeology company, which means that they do the work in advance of construction that the majority of archaeologists in the UK work in. So if you want to put up a new house and you apply for your planning permission and the planning archaeologist thinks that there's a potential that that new house will disturb archaeology, you call in a commercial archaeology company like ULAS. They are the absolute experts in the archaeology of urban Leicester, a city that is excavated to a massive extent. They also work across all of the Midlands, and most famously, they work together with the academics in the school on the discovery of Richard III. ULAS's presence in our school helps us make a unique offer to our students. It allows us to offer you more if you come and study with us. For a while, our students had been volunteering with the University of Leicester Archaeological Services, and that volunteering was allowing them to grow their skills base, to get to know the University of Leicester Archaeological Services, and eventually was providing a route into jobs and employment for many of them. After this has been going on for a little while, we formalised it into an internship programme. And that internship programme is an accredited one. It's CIFA accredited, so that's the Chartered Institute for Archaeologists. And it's a well-designed programme where you go in at the beginning, you have an interview, you talk about what your kind of goals are. You'll have a mid-internship review where you talk about your progress against your goals. And then at the end, you'll reflect on what you've achieved. And our internships can be taken at multiple points during the degree alongside it. So the majority of our interns spend their Wednesday afternoons working with the University of Leicester Archaeological Services, and they might do their first internship in second year and then perhaps go on to take a senior internship in third year. And this provides our students with a brilliant skills base and allows them to get ahead when it comes to applying for archaeological jobs, both with ULAS itself and with the many other commercial companies that work across the UK. In this short video, you're going to meet three of our graduates who began working with ULAS during their studies and who've used what they've gained to go on and gain employment through the University of Leicester Archaeological Services. They'll explain what their jobs are like, how they got them, and what they like about them.
All right, so we've got Soph here, and Soph is, as you can see in the background, outside in a field. Ooh, with some excellent archaeology behind her. Soph, what is your job title and what does your job involve?
So my job title is archaeological assistant, and I basically am a field archaeologist. So I spend all day digging and recording features and planning them, and yeah, doing all the groundwork essentially.
So to give our students a little bit more of an idea, you're out on site today. Can you explain what's happened, what you've done this morning, how your day has kind of panned out, and what you might be doing this afternoon?
So I got onto site today, and we're digging a really big feature at the moment. So we had to kind of clean it back using our trowels just to uncover what's kind of at the top of the ground, see if there's any features. So we've uncovered a couple of pits which look quite juicy, so I have recorded them in drawing and with context sheets, and then this afternoon I will probably stick a slot through them. So we generally half section things, so stick a slot down the middle, see what's at the bottom, and if it's really juicy I'll take out the other half so we can sample it. But so yeah, my afternoon will be digging big holes and recording them on context sheets.
Brilliant. So how did you end up being an archaeological assistant for ULAS?
So I started my degree in Leicester in 2013, and I kind of got involved with doing lots of outreach stuff, and through the outreach I met people that worked in ULAS, and at that point we didn't really have a internship program as such. You could kind of go and have a chat and get involved in helping kind of clean the finds. ULAS just had a really big site called Stibby, which was a big site in town with lots of Roman archaeology. So I started in my master's year doing work on that. So that was 2016, cleaning the pot and bagging mosaic tiles and things like that, and mosaic tesserae, sorry. And then once I finished my master's, I was kept on basically for a short 6-month contract to finish off the work for Stibby. And once that came to an end, I was offered a permanent contract. So I've been here for 3 years now. That's
kind of the experience of people like Soph is why we ended up creating the formal internship program, because it's able to offer our students that chance to get that same experience that Soph's had, that then helped her get a job. So my final question, what is it that you like best about your job?
Every day is quite different. You literally never know what you're going to uncover. Sometimes it's a surprise. At the moment, we're dealing with an area that is about 10 by 10 meters, which started off as a 2-meter square patch of cobbles. So it's very drastically become quite a big thing. So that's quite nice, and it's always different. And being outside all day is also really good. I don't think I could do kind of office work.
Archaeology has that kind of addictive outside quality
outdoors.
To it. Brilliant, thanks, Soph.
So you've just met Soph. You'll have worked out that we recorded that over Zoom during lockdown while she was out on site and I was in my office working from home. Soph's story is a really great one. In it, she mentions that she started volunteering with our outreach programs. So not only do we offer internships with ULAS, we also offer internships doing what we'd call outreach. And that means taking the kind of work that we do in archaeology and ancient history and sharing it with the general public, learning how to best communicate our knowledge about the past. Sometimes that might involve working with schools, and other times it might involve working with museums or local heritage bodies. Next, we're going to meet Joe.
Okay, so we're with Joe today, and Joe is, as you can see, outside. Not only is he outside, he's on a dig. He is in a field somewhere near Market Harborough. Oh, and we can see the dig behind him. And he's busy excavating Iron Age / Roman things. Fantastic. So, Joe, what is your job title, and what does your job involve?
So I'm a field archaeologist. My job generally entails excavation, like being on site here, but it can also involve things like desk-based assessments, writing up investigation reports, looking at different kinds of archaeology surveys, things like that.
Brilliant. So does that mean that many of your days are quite varied?
Yeah, that can be the case. Yeah. For the most part, it can involve long stretches of field work, depending on how big the site is. But between that, there can be odd days where it might be raining, so we'll do for something else, or yeah. So it's mostly it varied, very varied, I could say. Yeah.
Brilliant. And to give the students a little bit more of an idea, what have you done this morning? We're talking at 11 a.m. So how did your morning go? What time did you get where? And then what did you do?
So I got to the university at about 7:30. I got in the university, the ULAS vehicle. I then picked up my colleague Tess on the way to the site. We got to site about 8:30, and then we started digging. So I've been looking at some Roman features, trying to work out how they interact. So we've got lots of ditches on this site, and trying to figure out in what order they were dug and how they relate to each other is kind of important for figuring out things like what people were using this site for in the past.
Brilliant. That sounds like a pretty good morning to me. So my next question is, how did you get this job?
So I started as an undergraduate at the uni, about I think 2015, and then it's a long time ago now. It feels like a long time. And then I got into ULAS quite early, just by volunteering. I asked it around. I saw if there was anything I could do to help out, learn a bit more about the practical side of archaeology. And then once I'd finished my undergraduate, I started my master's degree. And at that time, the university, ULAS took me on as a part-time assistant at the Finds Lab, just processing material. And then once my masters were finished, they asked me if I wanted to stay on and start some field work, and I agreed. And here I am.
It's a brilliant kind of a story of utilising ULAS to get you experience during your degree and then it working out in a job, which is absolutely fantastic. So my last question for you is, what is it that you like best about your job, or why do you like it even?
I say there's two major kind of reasons. I really like the practical side of archaeology and being on site and seeing how features relate to each other across like a broader area. I really enjoy that side of the whole of archaeology, and because otherwise I feel like you don't really understand how everything is kind of connected in this really broad sense, as well as the finer detail. But I also really like being outside. Like, I'm not going to lie, I just love being out here, doing different things every day, seeing different things. Just like enjoy being out and about, looking at the past. It's really good.
Fantastic. That's something that lots of people are saying when we're doing these little recordings, is that what they like best is that they're outside and it's varied. Those are two of the things I like best about archaeology too. So thanks very much.
It's fantastic to see our graduates enjoying their jobs and what they do so much. The final person you're going to meet is Fionn. Fionn doesn't work in the field getting muddy each day. Instead, she works in our Finds Lab back at the university, where she processes the things that people like Soph and Joe find each day. Fionn is actually also a huge part of our internship programme. She volunteered with ULAS herself when she was studying, and now it's her that organises and runs the internship programme with ULAS, so she works out what you're going to do when and organises everybody to be in the right place. She's fantastically generous with her time and unfailingly kind, which makes her excellent at this job. And as you'll see, she is somebody with a huge passion for archaeology.
So we're now talking to Fionn. Hi, Fionn.
Hiya.
What is your job title and what do you do?
So I'm an archaeological assistant down in ULAS, and I basically clean and prepare all the artefacts and soil samples that come back off site, and then do these so that these can be given to the various specialists that we have so that they can be analysed further.
So you're not out in the field getting muddy every day, you're dealing with what happens from the result of the people that go and get muddy.
Yep, luckily I get to sit inside and stay slightly cleaner.
Cool. So how did you get that job?
So I actually started volunteering when I was a student here. So I started volunteering in my second year and then basically got quite lucky in my third year because a really big site in the city centre came up. And they needed a few extra pairs of hands, so I started working on a part-time basis throughout the rest of my third year and then my master's as well, which I did at Leicester.
Cool, so you're one of the many Leicester ULAS success stories in that you've kind of come through the whole system. And one thing I'm going to add in here is that you do lots of things for the internship programme now, don't you?
Yes, so it's come a bit full circle, which is quite nice. So I get to kind of teach everybody what I got taught.
Brilliant. So the internship program is a really great way of getting that experience that then allowed you to get the job, basically. That's fantastic. Yeah. So what is it that you like best about your job?
So for me, it's probably the variety. So I get to do a bit of everything down here at the moment. So I've done finds processing, I've done enviro, I do a bit of archiving now. I even got the time last year to go out to site for 6 months and work on a really cool cemetery excavation that we had. So for me, I've kind of managed to dip my toe in basically every bit of water that ULAS has.
And that variety keeps the job interesting, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. It's never the same day.
Hopefully this short video has helped to show you why the University of Leicester Archaeological Services allows us to offer our students something more, to give them the opportunity to get real life work experience alongside their studies, so that by the time they graduate, they're ready for the world of work. If you'd like more information about our degree programmes or what we do here at Leicester, please feel free to get in touch via our website. Thanks for listening.